Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, May 15th, 2020. We're in the final trading day of the week and the final trading hour of the day. I mention this each day, but I think it is really quite important. In my opinion, the best time to make your buying and selling decisions are at the end of the day during the last hour, particularly in the last few minutes. I say this because during the day, the price control is controlled, sorry for the double control there, by the day traders and the algorithms. They are the ones trading the markets. They are the ones moving the prices around. At the end of the day, in the last hour, particularly in the last few minutes, the large financial institutions come in. They are dealing with the most money. They have very smart people. They're using the best technology. They have the best information, and they start to make their decisions in that final hour, and they move the price. They take the price control away from the day traders and algorithms. I consider them the smart money, and I like to base my buying and selling decisions and kind of piggyback on what they are doing. So thank you all for coming today. I really appreciate it. I always look forward to this time of the day where we have this really great group, just great people, good friends, good analysis, good scanning for stocks, great poems, right? So thank you all for coming. I appreciate you spending your time here, and I hope that you are getting some kind of return on your time investment by hanging out here with me during the last hour of the trading day. So let's take a look. MA is here and first. Yes, you are. Thank you so much for coming. Good to see you, and thanks for being first. Hey, Quad Racer. Good seeing you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to our next lesson next week. Mohammed is here. Hello, sir. How you doing? Good to see you. Mohammed says, hi, Greg and fellow traders. Miko25 is here. Hey, Miko, good to have you here, and always good to talk to you as well. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Scatty is here. Hi, Scatty. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Frank is here. Hi, Greg and group. Hi, Frank. Always great to have Frank the poet here with us, and a great trader, by the way. Dan is also here. Hi, Dan. Nice to see you. Appreciate you being here. Hi, Dave. One of my first listeners long time ago. Appreciate that, Dave. And Bob is here. Good to see you, Bob. Hope you're having a good day as well. Steve Burns. Hello, sir. Thank you for being here. Always an honor. Always a privilege to have you here. And thank you so much for including me on your Twitter list today. That's always kind of you, and I appreciate it and appreciate being included in that group of great traders and educators. Steve says, hi, Greg and all. Great hold on that silver trade. What a 2-day win. I went risk off in the metals too early. Yeah, I know. That's how it goes, right, Steve? And I mean, being that Steve brought it up, sometimes you'll take a trade and for whatever reason that day, it scares you out. And if it goes down, you feel like a genius. If it goes running away, you're like, why did I get out? And it happens to all of us. It really does happen to all of us. And it's okay. It's going to happen. Sometimes, you're going to look at the chart, and depending how you're feeling, you just might get out. And then it goes up, and but other times you get out and it goes down. So yeah, it can be frustrating. I've been there a million times. And so I think my best response to that is, if you have rules, then all you can do is follow those rules. Sometimes they're going to go for you. Sometimes they're going to go against you. But at least you don't have to anguish in pain each day. Should I not? Clutching your pearls, right? Look, you get in for a reason, you get out for your reason, and after that, whatever happens, and just be okay with it. But yes, I am glad silver has been a really good trade, and but all right, Kamal, hey bud, good to see you. Kamal and I chat during the day on Twitter, and we take a look at intraday trades and do some analysis. So I appreciate Kamal helping me with that. And Bacon Bandit, hey Bacon Bandit, how you doing? The market job is to inflict the most pain on us traders. Sometimes it does that, doesn't it, Bacon? For sure. Yeah, there's a lot to be said in that sentence. But all we can do get our setup, take the trade, adjust our position size for the proper risk, put it on, see what happens. It's like Mark Douglas says, it's like a slot machine. You put the dollar in, you pull the handle, something's going to happen. You just don't know what, sometimes it's going to go your way. Sometimes it's not going to go your way, but rinse and repeat. Steve says, my risk off in stocks worked out well, however. Yes, it did, right? There's always that silver lining. Steve made a great call on his stocks. He missed out a little bit on the silver trade, but he got out before, big couple day plunge there. So all in all, pretty good decision making. Frank says, Frank says we have a poem. A great trade is one that adds wisdom to the next. A burn is twice learned, and to win is no sin. If you want to make money and really do well, listen to the story your trade has to tell. Awesome. That's great. A great trade is one that adds wisdom to the next. A burn is twice learned, and to win is no sin. If you want to make money and really do well, listen to the story your trade has to tell. That's really good, Frank. And really good. My first thought about that is, just the benefits of price action trading, right? Doing what the chart is telling you. Steve says, imagine the pain for investors over the past year. Brutal. Up, down, holding through all that, coming back, then plunge again. 100%, you're right, Steve. Hey, you there. Hey, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. I always like Zare's posts over on Facebook. Hey, all. Thanks for the live stream, Greg. You are welcome, sir. You are welcome. Steve says, hi, Zare. Great to see you in here. He's in my Facebook group. Yeah, Steve has a great Facebook group, by the way. Like a really good, serious Facebook group. New traders, rich traders over on Facebook. If you haven't subscribed to that, you should come on over and we chat in there and share stuff. Okay. Well, listen, here's the plan for today. We have a lot to get through. First of all, going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. After that, I did have a couple nice little day trades that I'm going to share with you. We're going to go over that as well. Then we are going to, some of you have been kind enough to share your trades with me. We have them up on the board. We're going to talk about those. We're going to see how those are doing. After that, I always like to spend a few minutes during the middle of the show, either talking about trading psychology, either talking about trading words of wisdom, trading philosophy, the real nuts and bolts of trading, really. The large majority of this stuff is mental and emotional and psychological. The trading part is relatively easy. It really is. Once you kind of start knowing what you're doing, it's not that hard, but it is hard to manage yourself. And so I do like to talk about that. Hopefully by me speaking about it each day, you'll internalize it and, you'll make it part of your trading. Because in my opinion, it's the most important skill involved in trading is your trading psychology and following your plan. After that, we're going to go down through my watch list. We're going to go down through each stock one by one. I have 3 criteria when I'm looking to enter a trade. First criteria is I look for a combination or a confluence of indicators. I look at each indicator such as MACD and RSI, moving averages, ATR channels. I look at those as potential groups of buyers. And if you want to put yourself in a position where you have the best chance, the best odds to have a profitable trade, you want to be in the company with as many other groups of buyers as possible. Think about it. If you're the only person buying and everyone else is selling, that's not a very good proposition if you want your stock to go up. You want lots of people buying at the same time. That gives you the best chance to have a profitable trade. So the way I do that is I look at these indicators and signals as different groups of buyers, and ideally I like to see a combination of them coming together, ideally on multiple time frames. right? So that's the first requirement. Second requirement, I want to make sure that I have a good risk to reward. It's very important. You can have a really good setup, but you may have a major moving average underneath you, above you, or you might be, in the high 60s RSI, or you might be in the second ATR channel or above. And to me, that doesn't give me a good risk to reward ratio. I want a good, valid risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1. And I want it to be in a decent place as far as RSI ATR channels. So risk to reward's extremely important. Just make sure you can make more to the upside than to the downside. And then number 3, just make sure you have some uncorrelated positions. You have some diversity in what you're holding. You don't want to hold, all bank stocks. If bank stocks go up, you're going to do really well. But if they go down, they're probably mainly going to go down together, and you're going to get hurt. So spread your risk out. And then just one last thing to add. I do have a filter. I do have a rule where I do not allow myself to put more than 60% of my capital at work at any one time. It's just a conservative thing to do. It doesn't mean I have to have 60%, but that's the maximum. That's just a rule. I'm so rule based, like I have rules for everything. And the reason why, I have to have them. If I don't, I'll be like the Wild West, shooting here and shooting there and shooting there. And maybe some people can do it. I don't know a lot of people that can do it, but I'm sure there are some. But for mere mortals like myself, I have to have rules: when to get in, when to get out, when not to get in, when not to get out, right? And plus, it just makes things a lot easier on you mentally. So I'm going to go down through the watch list, going to look for those 3 requirements. If I see something, I'll go through pretty quickly. If I see something that looks decent, I'll mark it as a potential candidate. At the end of the day, I'll go back, I'll look at my potential candidates, and I'll try to whittle it down to like the best trade if possible, keeping in mind my 3 requirements, right? And, it's definitely correlation. If I have 2 great trades that are tech, I'm not going to take them both. So, if I find something, if I can whittle it down at the end, I'll go ahead and take the trade in the last few minutes of the day. Then after the market closes, if anybody has any question, please let me know. Happy to answer them. Happy to clarify anything I discussed today. Happy to look at any stock symbols that you're looking at that you would like my opinion on. And then if you have any changes to your positions, if you're up on the board here, if you have any changes to the positions, either exits or new entries, please let me know after the market closes so I have enough time to get through everything, because it takes a little bit of time, typing in and all that kind of stuff, and it makes me run a little bit late. So if you don't mind, if you could wait till the end of the day to tell me your updated positions, that would be great. If you do have a stock that you would like me to look at before the market closes, if you think it would be helpful to get my opinion on it, I'm happy to give you that, but please just put a star by it so that I can, so that I know it's time sensitive. All right. And I'll do my very best to get to it. So, okay. That's the plan for today. If you could hold tight, I'll be about 40 seconds from that U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll be back shortly. Thanks. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, so last week my internet, well, I don't know if it was my internet connection. It wasn't my internet connection, but the connection with YouTube was lost. So I'm a little nervous about that happening again. So if for some reason the live stream goes out, you'll know what happened. I apologize. But I'm not sure what happened, and I'm not sure what I could have done about it anyway. So we'll just cross our fingers, do our best. Quad Racer says, thoughts on CCL, Adobe KO PM. Those are the ones that caught my eye today. I know you'll review these anyway, so no rush. Yep, those are all in my watch list, so I will go down through them. Karen is here. Hi, Karen. Good afternoon, Greg and everyone. Good afternoon to you. Hope you and your family and everything's going well, and hope the doggies are doing well also. So thank you so much for coming by. All right. Having a great day today, I gotta say. I'm very thankful for that. It doesn't happen every day, but on the days that it does, I'm very grateful for it. One little thing I might add, if you have a great day, not to be negative, but don't get cocky about it, right? We all have great days. We all have really bad days. But, if you start, like, this was a good week for me, and, you start thinking to yourself, oh man, you know what I mean? Got this figured out. Well, be humble about it. Realize that you're going to have great days and bad days. And just because you're having a good week doesn't mean that you've got it all mastered. So, be positive, be grateful that you had a good week. But if you have a really good week or a really good day, don't get cocky. I know traders that, man, their personality changes. When they're having losing streaks, they really get down. When they're up, they think they're bulletproof. And it's always a bad thing when that happens. When you're having a losing week, I know you feel like you're never going to make money again, but you will. And when you're having a really good week, sometimes you feel like you're never going to lose money, but you will. So just please keep that in mind. Try to keep it in the middle. Keep it in the value zone, right? Don't be too manic or too depressive. When I studied with Dr. Alexander Elder, he's a psychiatrist also. And he says, people get manic or they get depressive. And so try to keep it in the middle. Don't get cocky. Stay humble. Just take your symbols. All right. All right. Chewy. Okay. Well, thanks to Miko25 for pointing this out. This has been a nice trade. I did buy Miko. I did buy Chewy back here on the 12th of May. We had a nice V2 formation. We were above the value zone. We came down in. Then we started to consolidate. I love consolidation. I love sideways movement. Then we had a false breakout to the downside and reversal as indicated by this V2. I bought it here at 40.55. Hit one profit target the very next day. Took a little profits off. Yesterday was an inside bar. Now we have another inside bar. So no profit targets today, but it is up 1.72%. This consolidation here, is kind of indicating to me that I don't know exactly when, but we'll probably break to the downside or the upside. And if we break to the downside, well, I know where my stop is. If we break to the upside, I have my profit targets. But up nicely today. So thank you, Miko, for pointing that trade out. Really great. All right, well, this was a monster trade. This is silver. I did buy this back on the 7th of May. I bought it here at 14.25 when we had the 5.20 crossover, good valid crossover. Initially went up the next day, took some profits. Then it just moved sideways. But again, here's a good this is a good example of sideways motion breaking either to the downside or the upside. And in this case, fortunate that it moved up nicely yesterday. I think I hit a couple profits yesterday, and today was just a monster. Look at this gap up. Holy smokes. So I had 3 profit targets in here, but they all hit at the open, which is called positive slippage, which was good. And then I even hit a 4th profit target up here. So monster gap, monster move, up 4.66% today. Very, very happy with that trade. It's at 71.90. So it is above 70 RSI. My trailing stop on this now will be a close below the 70 RSI. My ultimate profit target on this is the 200-day. If we reject the 200-day, I'll just get out, pull the plug, and call it good. But so far, from entry to current, it's 8.7%. So really happy about that. Again, did take some profit targets today, scaled out. I always scale out on the way up. All right, Snap on. Miko also brought this trade to my attention yesterday. I got in at 123.52. I like this. We came down into the value zone. We made a lower high, then we washed out the previous low, which is good because it's a washout. It's a false breakout of this range, and it was also a false breakout of this bar's low. We reverse back up, bullish engulfing bar, V1, false breakout to the downside, closed above 50. It went under 50, over 50, which is a bit of a perk. So where did I buy it? 123.52. No profit targets today yet, but it is profitable and it is up 0.5%. So thanks for that. And it looks like Frank and David were also in this trade. So congratulations, Frank. Congratulations, Dave. Miko did not get in his own trade. I think he ran out of time at the end of the day, but thank you for that. And we'll see how this goes going forward. Okay, SPY trade. Only losing trade today. But if we have some new viewers, I quickly want to talk about why I buy the SPY every day. I buy the SPY every afternoon at the close. I hold it overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it the first thing the next morning. I do this solely based upon back-tested results done by Lizanne Saunders at Bespoke Invest. This approach, this test used two approach every day since 1993. First test, buy SPY at the open, hold through the day, sell at the close every day. If you would have used this every day, you'd actually return a negative 13.9%. The second option is what I use. I buy the SPY at the close. I hold overnight. I take the overnight risk. That is where I feel like the edge in this approach is, and I sell the first thing the next morning. This approach, positive 634.2%. Past performance, no guarantee of future results. This may never work again ever going forward, but in the past it has worked well. You can see the blue lines, the buy in the afternoon, sell the next morning. Orange lines, buy in the morning, sell in the afternoon. You can see the former is really the more profitable way to go. Over time, it has a nice upward equity curve. Ups and downs, man. This thing, this is not just a straight up rainbows and butterflies. I mean, it's a bucking bronco, and 2019 was just up, 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 up. That was all there was to it. 2020, whole other year where just at the beginning of the year, I just got hammered, right? But you can see this does happen. So anyway, had a nice little comeback as of late. So I'm happy about that. But today's was another losing trade. Boy, last week I had some great ups. This week, not so hot tamale. I bought it. You can see the last 3 days have been losses. I bought here, sold here for a small loss. Bought here, sold here for a pretty good loss. Bought here, 284.97 yesterday at the close, and sold this morning for 282.32. Now, I position size very carefully, so these are not big losses dollar-wise. So, which is important, right? I maximum I will use on this is a 10% of my position size overnight. But anyway, this one was a loss. It reversed again. Yesterday's loss reversed, and that can be frustrating, but it's okay. So I will be buying this again today at the close, holding it over the weekend, and selling it first thing tomorrow morning, Friday morning, excuse me. USO. All right. Well, USO was, I really like this setup. We were under the 1 ATR channel. We started to move sideways, which I always like that sideways movement. 2 days ago, it broke to the downside, and then yesterday it reversed back up. So I have a higher low V2 in the value zone, and cherry on top had this nice consolidation. So I bought it yesterday at 21.49. Did hit a profit target up here at 22.55, but it is up 4.41% right now. Kamal and MA are also in this trade. So yeah, this was a monster, and glad that I did hit my profit target here. Took a little bit off. Again, as it moves up, I always like to take some off. Whenever the market wants to pay me a profit on something, I give it to them. Just a little bit, not the whole position, but this has been a great trade, and we'll see if we can keep moving on this. We're to 39.80 RSI. My initial profit target will be the 50 RSI. If we get up, reject the 50 RSI, I will take profits on this trade. My stop on this hasn't moved one ATR for my entry. Once it moves more than one ATR for my entry, I'll institute a trailing stop with a close below the previous day's low. My end of day stop before I get to the trailing stop would be a close below halfway the washout bar. That's my initial stop. Unless we get up more than one ATR, then I'll institute a trailing stop. All right, so that one's very good. Very happy for that. Twitter. I did buy Twitter back here with Kamal on 5.7. We were above the value zone, in the value zone, sideways movement. That's the important part, sideways movement. The day before I bought it, it spiked to the downside, then reversed back up, had a false breakout from the previous day's low. Next day closed above V2, moved up nicely the next day, hit a couple profit targets, sideways, then down, then down. My initial stop was halfway to this washout bar, and it did test it, closed back over, kept me in. Yesterday, way below, closed back over, kept me in. And today it's up. It's up 1.12%, and I did hit one profit target right there at the very top. Again, taking some profits when they give them to me. Lastly, Johnson & Johnson. Well, this was a really, it's been a difficult trade. It's been positive, but it's been a difficult trade because we were above the 1 ATR or above the value zone. We came into the value zone, had lots of consolidation. That's what I'm looking for. Took the V1 here on May 13th. Yesterday initially went way down, but closed above my stop. Today, tried again below my stop and above. And so it is positive now. I did hit one profit target there at the top, and Kamal is in that trade with me as well. So this has been kind of a wild trade, but our stops did hold. Our stops did hold. So, all right, now intraday trades. Microsoft. This is on a 39-minute chart here, everybody. Do you see how we were below the 1 ATR channel? We came into the value zone, we pulled back, and then we had a V2, bar 1, bar 2, bar 3, bar 2 washes out, bar 1, bar 3 closes above. This is a valid V2, higher low V2 in the value zone. But what I like even more about it is that we also rejected the 200-day moving average. So I did buy it here. I didn't wait till the end of the bar. I bought it right when it confirmed. I bought it at 178.36. It moved up nicely. The 39-minute bars are longer bars. So what I did is I switched over to the 5-minute bar to look for some type of exit without me having to wait for another hour. So bought here at 178.36 on the 5-minute. I didn't like the look of this bar. It rejected the 250 moving average and it closed near the low. So I did go ahead and get out, but it was a nice trade. I got in at 178.36 and I got out at 179.94 for about a half hour's work. And then it just kept going up. Didn't care what I thought. This would have also been another nice return to value here. But anyway, and now it's really taken off like a monster, but that's okay. I'm very happy with what I had. And then Apple, I did have a day trade on Apple. Let's see if I can find where it was. Here we go. Again, return to value. This is 5-minute chart above the 1 ATR channel, back into the value zone, sideways motion. This bar did a fake out to the downside, and then the next bar went right back up. So we have return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, reversal. I bought it here at 305.35. It moved up more than 1 ATR for my entry, then it closed below the previous day's low. That was my trailing stop. So I got in at 305.35 and I got out at 305.98. But two good little day trades there for sure, right? Okay. Now, let's take a look at some of your trades. Bing He did buy ABT back here, 93.80. Initially went up really nice, but then came back down, unfortunately. So Bing He, if you're listening, if there's any changes here, you just please let me know. Clear winner of the day is Kamal. Kamal bought AGQ, which is double leverage silver. He bought it using the 520 crossover as the entry signal on SLV, but he expressed his trade in AGQ, which is double leveraged. Look at this great trade he's had. Holy smokes. So he is currently up 19.38%, everybody. Wow. Congratulations, my friend. That is a monster. That is a monster trade. So congratulations. And I don't think anybody else had AGQ. I don't think, but fantastic, Kamal. You get the grand prize today for sure. Glenn did buy CRM back here on the 7th of May, 166.75, went straight up like a rocket ship, then back down, but he is nice. He's rallied nicely today. So congratulations, Glenn. If there's any changes there, let me know. Wait a minute. Let's see. I want to make sure. No. He sold half yesterday. I remember he sold half his position when it opened under the 10-day, but he still has half, so still a profitable trade. Work, he did buy back here on the 7th at 28.25. Moved up nicely, just kind of moved sideways. Down a little bit today. Don't really like this bar. This is a V1 to the downside and a false breakout to the upside from this range. But anyway, nice trading there. And then lastly, Kamal and MA had XLU yesterday. I did like this trade. It's a bullish engulfing bar. It's a V1. It's a false breakout from this low. But listen, just because that's the case, I mean, that's a fantastic setup, no doubt about it. But just because it is a fantastic setup, we always have to remember that it doesn't have to go up, right? Does not have to go up. So anyway, Kamal and MA, if you have any changes on that towards the end of the day, you just let me know. All right, how we doing on time? Man, time's going by quick here. Frank says, love CMG for a longer term hold. Woo, big day today. Big day today. Kamal says going to stop out of XLU if it closes under 54.68. Steve Burns says big winning streaks come before big drawdowns if your ego grows with your capital. That's so true. Kamal says I've been there, boom and bust trading. Pinsey and Company. Hi all. Question, how do you set profit targets? So look, that's a little bit of a involved discussion. I do have a link in the description of this video where I do teach a lesson on how I set my profit targets. It's in the description, and I think it's titled How I Set Profit Targets or something like that. But it's about an hour, and I specifically show you how I set profit targets. But real quick, what I do is I take the closing price, I add the value of 0.45 ATR, so I would add 969.32 and add 1591 to that. That's my first profit target. I would take that number, add another 15.91 to it. That would be my second profit target, and I would do it a third time for my third profit target. I know that's quick, but if you can watch that video in the description, I go into detail. Miko says, thoughts on IEX? It's a false breakout from this low here. Not thrilled about this bar here. We are above the 50. It's okay. It's okay. When I look at the weekly, we're right at about the 50% retracement level here. It's okay, but I don't think I would buy this, to be honest with you. But doesn't mean this could go racing up for sure. Pins. What is that? Pinterest? False breakout from the downside. We're at a 49.65 RSI. We have the resistance of the 10 and the 50, the 10 and the 20 above us. We're at about halfway from here to here, retracement back up. So we're at about a 50% RSI retracement. It's in the value zone on the weekly, so that's good. I wouldn't buy this if it doesn't close over 50. I know that. Okay. Why didn't I have you on here, Karen? Sorry. All right, so Karen is also in Snap-on, and she is also in USO. Good to hear that. Nice to hear that. Okay, how we doing on time? Oh, man. Steve says, Baba has a 520 crossover and a 1050 crossover today. Oh, interesting. All right, that's in my watch list, so we will look at that. Frank says, great Beatles song, I'm a loser. That says pride comes before the fall. I'm telling you so that you don't lose it all. Nice. Okay. So listen, everyone, before we go down through my watch list, before we take a look at, my potential end of day trade, best trade, I do like to spend a few minutes talking about trader philosophy, trader psychology, good trading words of wisdom. There's some really good Facebook, Twitter channels out there that I follow and read every day. And when I see something that really sticks out to me, I like to do a few minutes here, and hopefully it will be helpful for you to hear. But this is from Steve Burns, our friend Steve Burns. This is the Facebook channel, New Traders, Rich Traders, that I was just talking about. Come over there, join us in that chat. It's a great room. But Steve posted this by Ian Cassell. This is really good insight. Investing is 5% intellect and 95% temperament. It's a test of how well you can sit quietly when your emotions are screaming at you to do the wrong thing. There's so much wisdom in this. Investing is 5% intellect and 95% temperament. It's a test of how well you can sit quietly when your emotions are screaming at you to do the wrong thing. So listen, I've said this before, I've said it many times, but trading is not about being smart. It's about being able to control your emotions, just like Ian says here. 5% smarts, 95% temperament. And temperament is sitting there and doing nothing when every fiber in your body screaming at you to do something, to get out. That's the skill, everybody. We talk about this all the time, but that is the skill. It really is. Doing nothing when every fiber in your body wants you to do something, or doing something when every fiber in your body's telling you not to do something. See how it works? That's really what it's about. It's about temperament. It's about creating a plan and then being strong enough to follow your plan. That's the skill in trading. It's not about being smart. There are plenty of super smart people that couldn't trade their way out of a paper bag, and there's some people maybe that haven't gone to MIT that are great traders because they just do what they're supposed to do. They have the right temperament for it. So thank you, Steve, for posting that. Thank you, Ian, for that really good bit of wisdom there. But when you're wondering what to do, just ask yourself, is my plan telling me to do something? If it's not, just leave it alone, right? So anyway, appreciate that, Steve. And Ian is also Ian Cassell, at Ian Cassell over on Twitter. And Steve Burns, of course, is at S. Joseph Burns on Twitter. And then over here, New Traders, Rich Traders on Facebook. Glenn says, I'm still in CRM, sold the work this morning. All right. When it tagged the second, learned from my mistake with CRM when not taking profits above 180. Oh no. I think my charts may have just gone down. I can get them back, hopefully. Shoot. Come on now, hang in there. I think it's going to close down. I'll have to open it. While I'm waiting for it to do what it's going to do. Ah, shucks. It's frozen. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can get this baby to open back up again. Glenn says, thoughts on gold stocks, AEM and MEM. Would like to get in, but too rich at the moment. Okay, I'll look at those when my computer comes back up. Hey, Dirk, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Bob says, why do you choose 39-minute bars on Microsoft? There's 390 minutes during the day, Bob, during the trading day. And so it's just a nice way to separate the bars into 10 solid bars per day. No magic with it other than that. If I can't find something that looks good on the 5-minute, I just look around different time frames until I do. And the 39-minute looked good. All right, this is back. Please work, please. This has happened before. Okay. All right, Frank, I will put that up there after. So Kamal is going to sell silver, half of it if it closes below 70. Hey, Bing He. Dave says, what are the tax implications on USO? Honestly, I don't know, Dave. Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. I'm running late here, so I'm going to run down through here, and your other comments and comments about where you got in and all that kind of stuff, I will take a look at those after. Daily. Okay. Apple had the good trade on Apple, but nothing there today. Did bounce off the -1 ATR channel. Did almost get to 300. So that 300 was a good psychological number that held support. Didn't surprise me whatsoever. I think the other day I said I'd like to buy Apple at about 300, but it opened almost exactly at 300 and bounced. So it's only down 2.34% today. Nothing there. Adobe, nice big day. Bounced right out of the value zone, didn't it? But too big a bar on day one. It is a V2, but too big of a bar. What's Amazon doing today? Up a little bit. Don't see anything on Amazon. Boeing down a bit today. Is holding the halfway of yesterday's big bar. Don't see anything there. Alibaba. Okay, that's a possibility with the 520 crossover. So we're going to look at that. 520 crossover and the 1050 EMA crossover. So two crossovers in a row there. So that might give me something here at the end. Berkshire Hathaway, I'm really wanting to buy Berkshire Hathaway. Hit that third ATR, negative third ATR channel and rejected it. Beyond Meat. just moving sideways. Caterpillar had that nice bullish bullish engulfing bar V1 yesterday. Little follow through today, but I don't see anything that I like there. Carnival up nice today. V2, but I don't like it. Here's this previous low. Previous low of the range. We've rejected it. I'm just going to wait for a higher low V1. Usually when you come below the value zone and you rally in, it's short-lived and comes back. I'm looking for that higher low V1. Dow, down a little bit. I don't see anything there. Walt Disney, big nice day. That was a nice V1 bullish reversal bar yesterday. Nice up move, but Etsy, you know, I was discussing this with Kamal earlier. You know, I see some red flags on Etsy. Do you see how we're moving up, 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 up? But do you see how the volume's going down, 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 down? To me, that's bearish. To me, that's a red flag. More and more people are buying, or you know, people are buying it and bidding it up, but fewer and fewer people are doing it, which, you know, the way that I look at this, it would be maybe not such smart money buying up here at this point. I'm not going to short this or anything like this, but I do want to point out that when you go up and up and up and up and up, or when the price goes up and up and up and up and up, but the volume goes down and down and down and down and down, less people are voting and are confident about those prices. Learn that from William O'Neill in How to Make Money in Stocks. Facebook, nice day today. Don't see anything there. Gold, monster, although has come back a bit. Man, gold's been on a tear. Google. Came into the value zone, bounced off. You know, I was waiting for it to get in the value zone, but I wanted some sideways motion. I'm just not going to buy. See how this is just a V? I'm just not going to buy that. Goldman Sachs down today, is holding halfway of this washout bar here. Notice that? Notice that, Anthony? See how we had the big bar up and now it's holding halfway? If I was interested in trading that, I would go down to the 39-minute, or I would go down to the 5-minute and look for some kind of entry signal. Man, I'm running out of time. I'm going to have to hustle. Sorry. Home Depot, big day up, nothing there too high. IBB, up but nothing. Intel, nothing. Russell, nothing. Johnson & Johnson, I have hit the one profit target. That's good. CarMax, don't see anything there. Coca-Cola, tried to go up but reversed. Lockheed Martin, it's gone down, had one day sideways, so that's something, but I don't see anything there either. McDonald's, nothing. Sorry, I know I'm hurrying here, but I'm just a little behind. McDonald's holding halfway of yesterday's big bar up. That's somewhat positive. Merck, big down day, or not, sorry, it was big up day yesterday. I don't see anything there. Microsoft had that nice little trade on that today. Netflix. See, what we have going here, everybody, is a double top with the bullish divergence. See the high up here? See how high the MACD bars are? Then we pull back into the value zone with the red. Look at this. We are now higher than over here. No green bars to be found. This is bearish to me. Doesn't mean I'm going to short this, but the setup is bearish. This is what Dr. Alexander Elder would look for. He'd look for a top, a reversal, a higher high, no positive momentum over here. The implication of that is that it's running out of steam. This move up here is running out of steam. And I'll be watching this. I'll be looking for this for a short. I don't short a lot, but that's a massive bearish divergence. Nike, I don't see anything there. Philip Morris, down again, unfortunately. I'm looking for a under 30, over 30 on Philip Morris. PayPal, look at this sideways motion. This thing's going to break one way or the other. I just don't know which way. The Qs, into the value zone bounce, but I don't see anything. Silver, of course, I have. That was a monster, holding above 70. SPY had the overnight loss. Teladoc, lower high. We came into the value zone, we bounced, we have a lower high. Ideally, I'd like to see this wash out this low before I got involved. TLT. Wow. Look at that bearish bar. Bearish engulfing bar and a V1 to the downside. Tesla just down a smidge. Twitter still have up today, hit the one profit target. United Airlines was up, but now it's down. UNG, at least it's starting to consolidate down here. Man, what a huge move to the downside that was. UNH, oh, I almost took that yesterday. Do you remember? On that V1, V2, sorry. But I didn't. USO, been a really nice trade today. Really good setup. Higher low, V2 in the value zone and up 4.32% and did hit one profit target there. What's the VIX doing today? VIX is down. Verizon holding halfway. Walgreens, no. Walmart's somewhat interesting here. It's a higher low V2 with the 520 crossover. Now, I don't think the 520 crossover works very well on Walmart, but having a crossover is always better than not having a crossover. We were below the 1 ATR channel. We came into the value zone. We came down, had a big washout yesterday, reversal back up. It's above the 50 RSI. Earnings are coming up. This may be rallying to earnings. I kind of like Walmart here, to be honest with you. Energy, no. Financials, no. Real estate, I don't see anything. Utilities. Wow, XLU's had a big rally off the bottom, hasn't it? For Kamal and MA. So that's good. That's what we were talking about earlier, Kamal. Having that 10-yard loss turn into a 6-yard loss, or maybe 5-yard loss now. Healthcare, I don't see anything. Zoom. So what I'm seeing right here, right now, Alibaba. Let me take a look at the weekly on Alibaba. Has a crossover there. All right. So I have to make some considerations here because I already have positions. Remember I was telling you about not having too many positions and correlation and all that kind of stuff. Let's take a look. Chewy is doing fine. SLV's great. SNA has come back, but it is still holding. Overnight SPY, USO. Okay. So let me run some numbers here. We have a MACD crossover here on Alibaba, which is good. We have the 520 crossover, which is good. So let me run some numbers here. Oh boy, I've only got 3 minutes to go. Tell you what, I personally, I have to make room here. And I am going to sell SNA because it's not performing. And I need to make some room. I like the Alibaba trade better. So I am getting rid of SNA because I am trying to make room, and it has a V1 to the downside. So I am going to exit SNA to make room for Alibaba. So a little bit of a loss, but basically break even. The structure's still good, but I do like the Alibaba trade, but I don't want to have too many positions. So I just did get rid of, just so you know, Frank and Karen and Dave, I did get rid of SNA for that reason. Because Alibaba does have a good back test on this. 520 crossover. MACD just turned positive. And then Walmart. I like the crossover. I like the higher low V2, possibly a rally into earnings. So just so you know there, Karen and Frank and David. So nothing wrong with the trade. Nothing wrong with the trade. Nice, you know, it's holding its halfway, all that kind of stuff, holding above the 50 so far. The only reason I'm getting out of it is I'd like to buy Alibaba and Walmart, and I just need to make room. So I hope that makes sense. All right, I'm just going to get these trades out of the way. Okay. I have to do this in a couple accounts here, so that's why I'm doing this. Okay, there. I am done with my chores there. Kamal says Baba has earnings next Friday. Yep. Nathan. Hey, Nathan Carroll. Good to see you. I got your email. I did reply. So if you'd like to get together, you just let me know. ACB. Holy hamburgers. Wow. 62% up today. Holy smokes. Look at that, everybody. Fantastic. That's very bullish for the long term. Doesn't mean I would be buying up here, but for the long term, that is a good bullish move. Steve Burns says, Kamal, that would have been my exit strategy as well if I would have held 2 more days. Kamal says, thanks, Steve Burns. I see how you bought 1 day after me and had to exit early for risk management. Right. Right. Frank bought FNV. At the open, 149.15, and it's at 150.70. Very nice. Very nice. So I'll have to go back through. Oh, let's see. FNV. Are you okay? FNV. 149.15. Nice trade, Frank. Apple had a nice rally here at the end of the day. Still couldn't go positive though. All right, well, fantastic day, I have to say. Very, very happy with that. How'd we do on Chewy? Chewy's up 2%. Nice trade. SLV, of course, big monster there. SNA, I did get out of this, not because I didn't really like the trade. I just needed to make room. Sometimes when you know you're maxed out, and you want to buy something else, you have to make some room. And the reason I made room on Snap-on was because It was negative on the day. It had a V1 to the downside. If I didn't have anything else, I would have kept it. I really would have, because it still has this nice bullish engulfing bar, still hasn't hit halfway the washout bar, but it was the worst performing of everything that I had, and that's why I took it off. So Frank and Karen and David, I don't know if you took it off as well or if you still have it, but if you do, please let me know. SPY, yep, and USO, big day there. Twitter hit the one profit target. Johnson & Johnson. Oh, I hit this. I was wondering what that other bell was. All right, so there we go. What a monster. Boy, this one, this trade kept me in suspense down here for a while, but again, that's why I wait till the end of the day. Wow, huge, fantastic, perfect. Okay. So let's add on here Baba and Walmart. All right, let's take a look and see where I got filled on everything. All right, so SPY at 286.28. Baba at 203.96. Walmart at 123.15. All right. So SPY at 286.28. Alibaba at 203.96. So slightly down on that one. And then Walmart 123.15. Is that right? Oh, 125. Man, 125. I wrote that down. I got excited. 125.47. 125.47. All right. Well, that's good. All right. So look, it looks like I have a whole lot of trades, which I do. However, I got rid of the Snap-on. SLV, I'm out of 70% of this trade on the way up, plus this move. So I have a very, very small position in here, and I've been position sizing quite small. USO took some profits. Twitter took some profits. Johnson & Johnson, 2 profit targets. So you can see I have a lot of positions here, but I've been taking off risk and risk and risk and risk with all the profit targets. So Alibaba 520 crossover, 1050 EMA crossover, positive MACD. If we close below halfway, if we close below both the 5 and the 20, I'll get out of half the position. If the 5 crosses under 20, I'll get out of half the position. If it moves up, I'll scale up to the 70 RSI. If we have a big nasty reversal bar, that also can get me out of the position. Walmart, really nice higher low V2. My stop will basically be a close below halfway of the washout bar here. All right, so listen, I'm going to get your comments and questions. Sorry that my chart's freezing up on me today, got me behind. I wasn't able to get to as many comments and questions. But before I do now, I just want to quickly put in my little daily plug, let everybody know that I do teach private one-on-one coaching lessons in the evening time via Skype. I've been trading for 24 years. I've studied with just 4 of the best traders and mentors you could ever ask for. Stephen Burns, of course, Dr. Alexander Elder, Kerry Lavorne, Larry Williams. I've studied with all 4 of them one-on-one. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in my 24 years of trading, and that's what I teach in my course. I teach you everything that they've taught me, everything that I've learned, and it's good stuff. It really is good stuff. I do have a course. It's 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, so it's a total of 15 hours. It's just you and I, one-on-one, on Skype. Basically, the format is the first part of the lesson, I teach you what that lesson is. The second half, I have you teach it back to me. We do a lot of chart study. It's you in the lessons. It's you that are going to be is the one that's going to be telling me what's good about the chart, what's bad about the chart, where the entry is, what's a better trade, this trade or this trade, where are we getting in, where are we getting out, what about the position sizing. So, in my opinion, the best way to teach is one-on-one, intensive one-on-one with a lot of repetition, and that's what my course provides. So I've had really good success with my clients and my students. I'm sure you'll like it. If you've been thinking about it, reach out to me. Before I take on a new student, I like to have a Skype call with them. It's totally free. I promise you there's no pressure whatsoever. I just want to see if we're going to be a good fit, and if we are, great. We can schedule the lessons. If not, then it was nice to meet you anyway and put a face with the name. So if you're interested in doing that, just reach out to me. My email's in the description. You can also send me a message on Twitter. So anyway, if you've been thinking about it, please contact me. We'll have that Skype call. It'll be fun. And like I said, there's no pressure and it's totally free, right? And then if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button before you click on out of here. It helps to build the channel, helps YouTube know that there's something valuable here, and they'll help promote it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you could do that as well. So, all right, man, I really got behind today, didn't I? All right. Now I have to scroll back through here. We have Frank's poem. So Quad Racer, I did talk about CCL. I really didn't see anything on CCL. I mean, it's a V2 in the value zone, but here we didn't have any sideways motion. We have the 50-day right above us. Adobe, I also believed, had a nice V2, right? Yeah, but again, it's just the strong move down and then the V1 compared to, contrast that to this. See the sideways motion, then the V2? Contrast that with Adobe, just down up, right? It's like dropping a ball. Yeah, it'll bounce back up. Most likely it will come back down. Coca-Cola. Yeah, not too good there. It's at a 39.56 RSI. I would look for that to get down into the 30 RSI range. And same with Philip Morris. It's starting to build a little bit of a range here, but I would like to see this right down here give me a better risk to reward ratio, just like we were talking about in the lessons, right? All right, so Kamal. Oh, Kamal, you stayed in XLU, looks like. Pinsey and Company, I talked about the profit targets. I hope you heard what I said, but there's, in the description of this video, there's a link to a lesson of mine, it's totally free, on YouTube in my channel that talks about setting profit targets. All right. So I know Steve is in Baba. All right, and then Glenn sold Slack. Stocks, gold stocks, AEM. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't buy up here, honestly. What is that? It's a minor, gold minor. Man, big day up here, but just not a good risk to reward ratio for me. And then Newmont Mining, or new symbol. Well, look, this was above the 180 arch, above the value zone. I'd like the sideways movement here, but I'd like to see it down in here. So I don't really see anything on that as of yet. MA, what are you out of at 2250? Thank you, out at 2250. Okay, I'm not sure. All right, so we have Nick. $18.50 calls. Nick. $18.50 calls for $5.29. 1850, not 50. All right, good luck, Nick. Steve Baba. Okay, Bob, I talked about the 39-minute. It's just there's 390 minutes in a day of trading, and so it just makes a good solid 10 bars. Marco, hey, buddy. I can't remember if I said hello to you earlier, but thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Frank, okay, I got that in on FNV. MA didn't fill on XLU. And Bing He, hey bud, nice to see you, sir. Hope you're having a good morning. Tax implications on USA, I don't know. We talked about ACB. Bing He said, I read that earnings can be a catalyst for price movement. For Baba, the earnings next Friday may be the catalyst to move down. Well, it's true, but sometimes stocks also run into earnings as well, Bing He, right? Sometimes they run up into earnings, sometimes they go down into earnings. But I wish I had a crystal ball, but I don't. But it did have the crossover. Frank swapped SNA for Walmart. Okay. Yeah, that's what I did as well. I mean, it was pretty, I mean, just a very, very small loss, and I just like the setup and the price action better. So it looks like Frank did as well. Okay. Oh, Karen is in Baba. All right. Karen's is in Baba. Frank is in Walmart. And Karen's in Walmart. I liked how Walmart was had good relative strength, especially when it was down. Kamal says, I kept XLU since it closed above the stop loss point, still holding Twitter, J&J, AGQ, USO, Chewy, puts expired at 0. That's right. I imagine they did. Nice trade on that. So he sold puts, they expired at 0. So I'm going to take Kamal off of there. Walmart has earnings next Tuesday. Yep, that is correct. So I'm just holding it into earnings. So I won't hold it through earnings. John says, what didn't you like about IWM chart? Have a good weekend and thanks for being here. Thumbs up, everybody. Thanks, John. IWM, let's take a look. It didn't jump out at me. Oh, so yeah, look, it was a V1 yesterday. But what I didn't like about it, John, is that yes, we were above the 1 ATR channel. We did come into the value zone, but we just went down, down, and reversed. So there was a V1 in the value zone, but I didn't get any sideways movement. See, like look at USO. See the sideways movement, the consolidation with one quick down and reverse back up with the V2. On IWM, it's, you know, think about dropping a ball, right? It just boom, and then it bounces. So simple way is that there was just too strong of a downward move in order to take that V1 yesterday. My guess on stuff like on setups like this, not always, but my guess is that yes, it will go up maybe another day and then come back down. The longevity of the up move generally is not as long when you have steep declines right before the V1. So that's why. Quad says, thanks, Greg. I knew they had little no sideways movement, but after Wednesday, every V1, V2 catches my eye, so I figure it's worth bringing them up. Yeah, listen, I was the same way. And the longer I'm a trader, the more I realize the wisdom when Kerry Lavorne taught me. Because when I first learned them, everything was a V1, V2. I saw them all the time. Oh, V1, there's a V1. Oh, there's a V2. I got to take it. Remember, you have to have the context of the trade as well. And the context, the right way for context for V1, V2s are sideways motion. He calls it a squeeze play, right? This is a squeeze. It's squeezing down and back up. Compare that to IWM. No squeeze whatsoever, just down. But yeah, a long time ago, I did the same thing. So look, if it goes under 30, over 30, under the 200, over the 200, and a V1, great. It doesn't need sideways motion. But on, you know, real legitimate return to V1, return to values, sideways motion is important. Okay, so Nathan SRNE 200 at 454, sold at 606. Wow. Nice going. Nice going. So you bought 200 at 454. So right about the open, it looks like, huh? Somewhere around there. And sold at 606. Wow. Beautiful, Nathan. ACB. You know, I love seeing these trades because it's just a different methodology of how I trade. So it's always interesting for me to see other people's. And wow, let's see. Bought at 759. Wow, did you get the low? Sold at 850? Beautiful. Congratulations, Nathan. Really great. Newmont is MEM, not NEW. Okay, but I looked at NEW, right? I just read it backwards. Or did I think I was looking at the wrong stock? Here we go. Yeah, that makes more sense. But yeah, for me, just, you know, I mean, yeah, that baby's trending. It's going up. The miners are doing great. My gosh. Look at this down here. Boom. Went right on up. But same thing for me. I mean, it looks like did it reject the 70 RSI today? Close. Oh, on USO. Okay. Gotcha, MA. Gotcha. So you got out at 2250 on USO. Nice round number. Nice round number. Sorry, I have a lot of trades up here. Oh, it's bedtime for pins. All right, have a good evening. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions when you watch the video. Hope it helps. I'm not holding anything over the weekend. Okay. Joining you fine gentlemen with Baba this weekend. All right. So Steve Burns is on there, obviously. And MA. And Quad. All right. Now, it looks like I have a ton of positions, which I do, but I want to re-emphasize something. I've been scaling out of these, right? And I took really conservative position sizes based upon what I wanted to risk plus what the ATR reading, which helps me with my position size. So, you know, I talk about never having more than 60% of capital at risk. Well, I mean, I don't even have close to that. I maybe have 30%. So just want you to keep that in mind. MA says SME was fun. They're always fun when you win. Oh, I don't think I have. Oh, SRNE. Man, I'll bet. Look at this. I mean, you know, we talk about sideways motion and then breaking out. This is why this baby broke out. I mean, this was a ton of consolidation. Remember, sideways motion leads to big moves up, right? Just like on oil, sideways motion leads to move. So the other day I talked about, I did that post. I can't remember who it was. It says I don't look for things that are in big upward movements. I look for things that are consolidating and coiling. I totally agree. Nathan said I bought ACB yesterday. You did? Aftermarket? Wow. Nice trading. Nice trading. Well, great day today. Holy smokes. Very, very grateful for this. Very nice. Everything. Well, SNA was down a bit and SNA was down a bit and the overnight SPY trade. So, Chewy. Fine, profitable. Got Bing here and Miko in there. SLV hit the 4 profit targets today. 3 at the open and 1 additionally. So like I said, I can't look at the numbers or do the math real quick, but I've probably gotten out of 60% of this position here. So it's there, but it's very small. SNA, I'm moving over here because I am out, but Karen and I think David are still in if I'm not mistaken. SPY had the overnight loss, rebought. USO, nice move up there, hit the 1 profit target. Twitter hit the 1 profit target there and positive in the trade. J&J, boy, what about that, Kamal? That really tested us down here, didn't it? But then it finally took off and hit the 2 profit targets today. So fantastic. and then entered the new position with BABA. Multiple signals here. 5 crossing over the 20, 10 crossing over the 50. We went under 50, over 50. Yes, was it yesterday or today? Yesterday was 49.31. Oh no, we went back over yesterday. And then we have BABA. I don't like the 100 above it. Have to be honest with you. If we reject that, I might take a portion off. I don't think I'll take the whole thing off, but I might take a portion off. But I like that MACD went positive today. I really do. I like that we had that positive MACD crossover. That's always a good sign of a potential new trend. And then Walmart. I like Walmart. We'll see how much I like it tomorrow, Monday morning, right? But over 50, nice V2, had a crossover, could definitely go into earnings, and it was stronger than the market the entire day. All right. Glenn says, lots of open positions over the weekend. Last time this happened, there was a big down day that followed. Yeah, we never know. We never know, do we? But that's why it's important to position size conservatively, right? That's what you have to do. You have to position size conservatively so that even if all of these hit, it's not going to hurt too bad. And that's the key with position sizing. Kamal says, I did not even see J&J close. I was just making sure I took my stop losses today. Wait, you still have J&J, right, Kamal? I'm so glad to hear that. Kamal was focusing on his stop loss, not his profit targets or the upside. I'm so glad. I'm like proud father when I hear that, really, because whenever I work with students, I'm always like, first thing, where's your emergency stop? Where's your end of day stock? I don't even want to talk about profit targets. I don't even want to talk about things going up. I want you to look at what's going on to the downside always, always, always. Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. And one thing I also want to mention, Glenn, that you mentioned that, I always talk about correlation. Well, let's look at the correlation of what's going on here with positions. Okay, here's Chewy. It's a retail, internet company, right? Silver, which of course is silver outside of equities. SPY index, USO oil. So again, not as correlated. Twitter, little bit of tech there, right? Johnson & Johnson, healthcare, pharmaceutical. BABA, retail, and Walmart, retail. So actually, now that I look at this, a little too heavy in retail. Gotta be honest. Gotta be honest there. But internet retail and then store retail, mainly for Walmart. So we'll see. I should have looked at that a little bit closer. Greg, Walmart earnings on next Tuesday before market open. You will exit Monday. Yes, I will exit Monday. If it's Tuesday mornings, I will exit Monday. So this will be a one-day trade. Nathan says, first free lesson. Are you asking me for a first free lesson? Is that what you're asking me for, Nathan? So I try to do free lessons every day here on this podcast, right? But in the course, no. In the course, no. But listen, there's nothing I don't teach here for free that I do teach in the course. The only difference is that it's one-on-one, and which is a difference, there's no doubt. All right, so listen, I've got to get out of here. Kamal says internet retail, store retail, international retail. Okay, I feel better about that now. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to go take Katie for a walk, and good trading week. Very happy with that. Hope everyone had a pretty good week as well. Please go out and do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile or a wave or hello, or give somebody a ring on the phone who you're thinking about. You know, maybe somebody doesn't call them as much. Check in with them. You might make their day, right? Let's see. Nathan says, no, you gave a free lesson to everyone just now. Focus on your stop loss, not your profit. That's right. That's an important lesson. Wiener Dog Trading says, have a great weekend. Thank you, Karen. Kamal says, LOL, Greg. Each day is a lesson. Thank you for doing this. You are welcome. Bing He, thanks. Good seeing you, Bing He. MA, ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao to you as well, MA. So that's about it. Have a good weekend. If you don't mind, on the way out, if you could hit the thumbs up button, I really would appreciate that. So be good, be safe. We'll see what happens over the weekend. We never know, right? And thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hope to see you next Monday in the last hour of the trading day. Take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.